Good morning. It's hot, it's muggy, we're in the middle of a heat wave, and I have an open house tomorrow, so I'm in a panic. My video is not ready for this week. I have so much to do. I'm going to frantically get everything done that I can, and what's not done is not done. My hair is a mess, everything is a mess. But I'm gonna quick give you a garden tour because several of you have asked how things are going, so I'm gonna show you what's happening. I have a few moments to film this. I have a few moments to edit it. It's gonna be rough, but at least there'll be something out for you, and I have a few thoughts to share along the way. I'm Crystal, this is Dwelling Delightfully, and I'm trying to dwell delightfully in the midst of the chaos. Let me show you what's been happening. This is my green stalk. It is doing splendidly. This is the mess that is my deck and my container garden. You can see that my plants look kind of stressed. I haven't been able to get out here as much as I wanted to. It's been really hot, but the water bottle system that I put in is working great. That's my video that's supposed to be coming out. You'll see that next week. And everything is thriving. The tomatoes are loving the heat, as you can see. Still have a few things I haven't figured out where to put them. Such a mess, such a mess. All right, let's head down to the raised beds because that's where the real magic's happening. This lovely little chamomile plant just volunteered itself and it is going gangbusters, so I'm just leaving it here. I am so excited that we're gonna have some flowers blooming for the open house. I was so afraid that nothing would be blooming, but we're gonna have a few things. So hopefully it'll look okay. All right, on to the raised bed garden. Here we go. Okay, first, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cardboard. I have not had time to do the mold mulch in between the raised beds. It's not going to get done by this open house, so I'm just going to have to pull up that cardboard or leave it there for people to see. It's a work in progress. I told you it would take me all summer, and it's probably going to. All right, let's see what we got here. We have some nasturtiums. Next to my chives, doing great. The tomatoes in the end of this bed are a little snuggly and they have bushed out so much. I did not expect them to bush out this much, but they're doing great. My potatoes have just exploded. So huge. I saw a video that said I need to clip off these flowers, so I need to get that done, but they just look so pretty. I don't want to clip them, but I know. Helps your potatoes grow better, so I gotta do that. They say that way it puts the energy into the roots. I do have some beans down here along the bottom. Something keeps munching them, so we'll see. I don't know if I'll get anything from those or not. I'm having trouble with beans this year. The pest pressure is nuts. But my squash tunnel is thriving. The kabocha squash is just doing great. And if I come around in here, look, there's even a little kabocha squash growing. It's a Japanese pumpkin. I'm so excited to see that. And I have another little one there. I love it. I'm so thrilled. The white pumpkin that I grew from seed last year, I got one to decorate my house. I ended up using it to make some pumpkin puree. And so I just saved the seeds. And it's actually growing, and it's growing out into the path. The butternut squash, I have some little babies coming along, and it's starting to climb. I have some scarlet runner beans starting to climb up the edges of the squash tunnel. That'll be really pretty once those get bigger. I was hoping they'd be bigger by now, but they're not quite there. So they won't be blooming in time for the open house, but they're growing. So hey, hooray. I do have some zucchini. Hallelujah. Been very afraid I wasn't gonna get much this year. I don't know why. Probably, you know, you put something out there on the internet for people to see and you're afraid nothing's gonna work right. The cherry tomato extravaganza is underway. We have cherry tomatoes on the back side of this bed, and on the front side is Amish paste tomatoes. And I do have some paste tomatoes coming in. I don't know a lot about Amish paste tomatoes. This is the first time I've ever tried to grow them. And I keep getting extra shoots coming up from the bottom. But I am getting some, so I'm very excited about that. And then we have yellow crookneck summer squash on this end, which I do have some that are ready to be harvested, so I need to do those. You can see my cosmos that I tucked in here on this end of the bed just to bring in some pollinators is bringing in gophers or rabbits or something. And my shallots that I have tucked in along the edges of this bed are also getting munched. I didn't even know anything liked to eat shallots, but apparently it does, so we'll see what happens with that. I do have some little cherry tomatoes coming in. This one is the honeycomb hybrid tomatoes, and I told you they'd be doing great, and there they are. Can't wait to see those. Those are going to be amazing. There's my zucchini. And then this is the last bed that we put in because we still had extra dirt and extra wood. And so we put in one last bed. It has been munched off by the critters. I do have some pollinator plants in here. I have some zinnias. I have some cosmos back there in the back. I did throw in a few extra pepper plants I had. This is a beefsteak tomato that I wasn't sure was gonna make it, but it is coming along. These are some red noodle pole beans, which are an Asian pole bean, and the critters don't seem to like to eat those, so I might actually get some beans from those. They don't recognize them, I think. This is a sunset runner pole bean, which they've left alone amazingly. But the one on this side, they've eaten it off twice. It's still trying to come back. The Cherokee black pole beans, they love them. They completely have demolished them. Little jerks. Got some rosemary, some more nasturtiums, some more zinnias in the back, more pepper plants, more cosmos they've eaten, more zinnias. Here's a little bit of sage, some more pepper plants. This is a cayenne pepper plant. All right, over here is the sadness that is my tomatillos. They were coming back so nicely, and then you can see here they ate them off again, but this one has still got some growth on it, so I might get some tomatillos off of this side if I can figure out how to keep them away from it. This one, they ate it down so much that they just chopped the side right off of it. But this one is still looking great, so maybe I can get some tomatillos off of this one if I can get some pollinators to go from the little broken ones over to this big one. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Beautiful nasturtiums down here. They've completely demolished all of my peas. Ate all of my carrots. I have one little teeny tiny carrot seedling right there. Ate them all. Oh wait, no, I take it back. There's one hiding under the pumpkin plant. My onions are doing fairly well. I have a pumpkin vine that I have pulled up out of the way, and then another one down here on the bottom. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. Last year my baby bear pumpkin did not grow this big, so I was very surprised that it is taking over. It must be extremely happy. Let's see what else is in here. Oh yes, These are regular pole beans, which have been eaten off a couple times. You can see there is one that's kind of it's trying to climb. I don't know if I'll get any beans out of there or not. I'm so aggravated. But over here, huge success story. This is my acorn squash, and I have tons of them in here, doing really, really well. So lots of acorn squash. Here are my pepper plants. I don't really do super great with pepper plants out in the garden like this, but we'll see. Oops, I missed a cucumber vine training it up there. I'll have to get that one up on I missed this cucumber vine. I gotta get it up there. Cucumbers, they're coming along. They're climbing. I have to keep remembering to come out and help them climb. They don't seem to naturally climb it. They like to sprawl. Here is some more nasturtiums, a little bit of sage tucked in there just because I had it and I had to have it somewhere. A huge dill plant, which is supposed to be keeping the cucumber beetles away from my cucumbers, seems to be working. I haven't had a whole lot of problem. And I do have some cucumbers coming in, so I'm excited about that. I gotta get out here and water this morning. I think my soil is a little dry. Yeah. Well, it's not quite as bad as I thought, but it is a little dry, so I need to water. All right, and then the last spot is over here, which this was the pollinator bed that I used to have. And you can see we still have lots of flowers growing in here. Down front we have a cosmos, we have some sage. I'm still trying to get all of this out of here. We have some yarrow that I transplanted. We got a little watermelon there. These are Christmas lima beans. Some lemon balm. Another little watermelon tucked in there. And then some pollinator plants. And some pooches. Hey puppies. Why? Why must you eat the dirt? You want this? No? You don't want that? I want to climb on you. All right, the sun is coming out. It's about to get out here on this garden, and it's about to get really, really hot once again. So I need to get this watered, and then I have a list of chores that you would not believe to prep for this open house. Everything has a season, and it takes a while for things to come to fruition. But if we look for those tiny signs of growth in our gardens and in our faith, if we really look, we can see that things are happening. We can see tiny bits of improvement. My kabocha squash is coming along. My acorn squashes, I didn't even know there were that many hiding under there. I have some crookneck squash, a few cucumbers, and it all happened overnight. I haven't been out here in a couple days to look at things, and suddenly there's things out here growing. It's very exciting. This is the same kind of thing that happens with our faith. If we just put in the work and we keep chipping away at it a little at a time, we keep weeding out the things that don't belong, we stay watered, we make sure that we're feeding ourselves the way we're supposed to be, then our faith keeps growing in the background where we don't even really think about it. But one day we wake up and we look and we see that we truly are growing a harvest. There really is fruit in our lives. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was encouraging. And if you have any advice for me about this garden, please, please don't hesitate to share. I know I need to mulch. But I have so much to do and I'm gonna get to it. I promise I'm gonna get to it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to bop that like button. It's free for you and it helps me out a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye.